Hello, I'm Olive Light and I am the organiser of the Longhorsley Flower Festival, which is celebrating the life and interests of King Charles III.
Tell us how this came about.
Well, I had previously, when I lived on the Isle of Wight, organised flower festivals, but I thought I'd retired. Until I went to Woodhorn to an exhibition there with my son, and he said, "Mother, you ought to do a flower festival for the coronation." And so, silly me, agreed to do it, and here we are.
And how difficult was it, or otherwise, to get villagers to take part?
Well, I wrote to all the different clubs and organisations in the village, asking them if they would like to take part, and everyone said they would, even down to the toddler group and the after-school Bible club.
Now, you mentioned that the theme, if you like, of the exhibition is the interest that King Charles has. Did you prompt people with ideas, or did they all come up with their own?
Well, I did have a list. I had a look online to see what he was really interested in, and then I made a list, and we started having some flower classes because I couldn't find enough flower arrangers in the village. So we had a series of flower classes during March, and at those classes I was able to show people the list, and then they decided what they would like to do.
And so give us a few examples. I've seen them, but could you tell me some of the hobbies and pastimes that people have focused on?
Yes, well, you've got the one, his love of gardening, and then when he goes to Scotland, he loves Scotland, and he likes to wear tartan, and not just one tartan, but there are several tartans, so that's represented here. He also has a love of music and performing arts. We thought we ought to feature his favourite tipple, the whisky, and then we discovered that he is a Jack Russell man, not corgis, Jack Russell. He is also a promoter and has promoted really well British wool, so we thought we'd better get our sheep back from Hexham, and with that we've got the spinning wheel as well. He is also a watercolour artist, so the art group came up with a nice display. He loves the countryside and he loves walking and hiking. And he does like to go skiing, but he's not been able to go skiing this winter, just in case he broke something, because he didn't want to be crowned in a wheelchair. And then we've got the stumpery garden. That ties up nicely with his love of gardening. And he used to play polo. He's very interested in polo. And one thing that I'm particularly interested in, he used to sail off the Isle of Wight in the Cowes Week Regatta with his father and with Princess Anne.
Now, I know it's not very likely, but if he was to see the exhibition, what do you think he would make of it?
It would be very kind, I think, and probably be quite humorous about it. Oh yes, and we've also got, I forgot, his four kingdoms represented on the wall in a knitted and crocheted wreath. I think he would enjoy it. I find that he's very into arts and creative things, as we saw when he visited J. Blades in the barn and saw what they were doing. So I think he would enjoy it.
So you think the people who have submitted the various exhibits, do you think they've caught the nature of the man?
I think so. It's not an easy thing to do, but they've put a lot of thought into them. And the play group that did the skiing, I mean, it's wonderful that they went to so much trouble.
And I know it's early days because the door's not been open very long, but what's been the reaction of people so far? Are they surprised at the degree of talent that's on show?
Well, I think we had a preview evening last night, and this place was full, and people really seemed to appreciate it and enjoy being together, having a glass of Prosecco and a nibble and a look round, and the feedback was really very good.
Am I right in thinking that the event also is raising money for a good cause?
Yes, it's raising money for Seb and Olivia's Den, which is a sensory room over in Cramlington. Seb sadly died at the age of 12. His mum lives in the village, and I just felt that this was a nice local event, charity to raise money for.
And to draw attention to the cause as well.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's why we've got the great big banner up about it and all the leaflets.
So do you think the success of this exhibition might prompt others in the future?
Well, I think you better ask me when I've recovered and had a good night's sleep or a good week's sleep. But maybe, yes, it's been great fun, and we've enjoyed getting it together. If you could have seen the state of this place on Friday, but really it's been good.